What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Brett. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we have a very special, fun video. What we're going to be doing is taking the two new LEGO Minecraft movie sets that released in April, and we're going to combine both of them to make the ultimate Minecraft movie LEGO playset. This video is going to be one of the very many that I plan to go and make in the future of mocks and different creations with LEGO sets. So I'm very excited to start this. I've had a lot of different ideas with the two sets that are sitting in front of me on what exactly I want to do. Let's go ahead, move the boxes out of the back, and then we can start talking about the blueprint ideas I have for changes. Combining both of these sets here, we're going to have 10 minifigures in total to work with. Great selection. We have two Jack Blacks. Haven't decided exactly how I want to play that, but we'll figure that out. As well as we get our three buildable little minifigs, our cute chicken, our iron golem, and then our big hog. Super excited to use those guys in one way or form. This right here is all of our set pieces that we have. So the initial thoughts that I had, I absolutely love the boxing ring idea that they've started with on the first set that I bought. What I would like to do is improve upon the arena some way or form, possibly make it a little bit bigger, maybe just a little bit more decorated better as well. I love that there's a spectator part for the arena, so I want to build a bigger spectator spot as well as I want to take these shop pieces and build a big shop. That's my big idea, is combining a shop with a spectator balcony for the boxing ring. That way everybody can hang out together, as well as this Ghast has to be included as a spectator, I think, for the boxing ring, but I want to decorate him and make him a little bit cooler because I feel like there's a lot of potential there. There's a lot to work with. He's pretty simple. He's got a very basic looking basket at the bare minimum. I feel like we could make his basket look a little bit cooler. And then there's that little waterfall piece there. We're going to rip that up and absolutely use that to build our bricks here and make them cooler. But that's the quick little thought process I've had. I'm going to set the tripod up. We're going to move the figures out of the way. And what we're going to start with, I believe, is the shop as well as the spectator arena. I forgot to mention too, all these little pieces right here are extra pieces that came with both the sets. We're going to try and utilize these as much as possible. My biggest goal is to make sure that there is no wasted piece. I don't really want too many leftover pieces. When it comes to building this shop as well as viewing balcony for the boxing ring, I don't want to lose our little weapon armory too much, so I think I might try to include that maybe in the shop of some kind. What I love about this piece right here is how it is facing out forward. So I think what we might try to do, keep the balcony facing forward so it can see the boxing ring, but then the bottom floor here, we're going to actually have facing the opposite direction for the shop. So people can shop behind. Maybe we can see about making a staircase of some kind, or maybe just leave that up to your imagination. But yeah, so I really like this design, this whole thing right here. What we're definitely going to use immediately, these little shop stalls, we're just going to take them apart. They've got a lot of really great brown pieces that I believe will help build out our balcony. And this balcony, we do have to fix the viewing part here because there's only a spot for really one fig. I would love it if we can find a way to make that go across, and we can make that definitely happen with these little base plate pieces here. So let's just take apart the two smaller shops. We've got these little built brown arm pieces too. Those are going to be great, I think, for some detailing on the wall. I'm not sure how I want to use that yet, but we'll find a way. And this here, let's go ahead, we'll take the torches off for now. We'll take the armory out so it's out of the way. And immediately, oh, I have my brick separator. Perfect. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I've never actually used one of these brick separators, so. Oh, I guess I could have done that. All right, we're learning. We're learning. I just want to remove these pieces. Oh, vey! That actually hit me in the face. Okay. There. So that's going to be our second floor. We are going to move the potions too. I think I want to put those in the store. They're too cool to be like sitting like they're on display or there. So that's a rough balcony. Oh yeah, we got the diamond sword in here in this store. So I want to break apart this store because we're going to use, I think, some of the pieces from this store to help build the store on the bottom floor. So we've got that. Okay, so we're going to do a whole blown redesign. This is what I've kind of got going so far for our first floor of our store. This is going to be the entrance that you come in. I'm going to put a bit of a wall up here so you can do your shopping. We're going to have some shopping on the outside, on the bottom, I believe. And then we'll have the second top for our balcony like this. We're still going to change this a little bit as well. Make it obviously bigger, like I said before. But I like the expansion so far. I really went crazy here trying to figure out the build I want for the shop. This is how it's looking so far. The only thing I'm not quite happy about, I have to say, is maybe just the color change. We don't have any more gray plates, and I have a brown one sitting there. But I really like the long, like how far it goes. So that's my only dilemma. I do love how it looks so far. I like how we got all the food. I was able to even repurpose the chicken store signs. We got a drumstick, the fishy, armory. I even have the little source of lava here that I added. Now if we flip it around, this is what we're looking at so far. So this is what will be viewed into the boxing ring. I'm gonna have to take that out. I don't like how that looks, but this side, not too bad. You can definitely tell there's a ton of different kind of color grading going on here. We are basically left not with many brown pieces. We have some reds, and then we have this yellow. It's a really big change in colors, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to use those pieces, but I'm happy with how the store's starting to turn out. I'm actually going to put this to the side for now, and we're going to now start with redoing this so I can get a better grasp on how I want to finish the basement, because this right now, that's how it would look on it. Actually, sorry. This is going to be turned around that way, so that way they can be upstairs facing it. So yeah, sorry. This is how it would look if I just slap that on right now. Let's see, yeah, there we go. Semi together. So yeah, that's how that would look. It looks a little weird, a little off. I am going to have to switch a bunch of this stuff so some of it's coming out more. Oh. Let's see. There, and that's how that looks. Now that doesn't look too bad. Maybe I could build this up a little bit more just to go around the gray thing and maybe over here. But yeah, not bad, not bad. Now we need to find a way. Okay, we'll put that there. Okay, next up, we gotta rip this apart here. Find a way to expand the balcony. At the very least, I just want one more fig to be on there. Don't know how exactly I'm gonna figure that out, but yeah, let's give it a shot. I think I'm making some really crazy headway here with our set piece. I've completely reinvented the entire second floor here. We actually have it looking humongous. Here's what our front end looks like. I really do like it here as well. We're still going to keep the lamps in the front, and then this is going to be our viewing balcony. I just need to build it up a wee bit more, but I think it looks a little bit better. The color scheme for the most part is all symmetrical and good, except for the little red pieces there, but that is a-okay. The little red there doesn't hurt. If anything, it kind of almost gives it eyes. And then on the inside, we have the red potions, blue potions on the right, and still our food and stuff. So that's really cool to see. I am going to fix up the armory here in a little bit. We'll change that all out. But right now, we're really going to focus right here at the very top. Want to get something going on here, like a little balcony-ish. I have kept that single balcony piece. So if I was like to connect it or something, kind of look like that. Not exactly what we want, but it's close. So I took a lot of time just kind of messing around with pieces, trying to get an idea for the Ghast's little balloon basket. I did not do anything with the Ghast piece itself. I left it as is because I figured it's kind of like a minifigure, so I want to keep it as normal looking as possible. One day I might come and make something kind of variation of Ghast, but for now, for this purpose, I left it normal. The basket is really what I wanted to try and customize, and I did exactly what I think I wanted to. Mostly I just wanted to expand it, make it a little bit of a bigger piece. Before it was really tiny and it just didn't feel like it had oomph to it, any heft. And a basket, when you see them in real life or a picture online, they're big. So I went ahead and I did a bunch of adding. First off, I expanded the bottom immediately, made it 3 big plates instead of 1, and I made sure the chains are still connected to the basket. I made it a little bit tighter because it looks a little bit cooler that way. I didn't really care for the slack too much. I also added a torch, so the piglins, they have some light ahead of them. This basket here, I had to use a lot of random pieces to kind of complete it because I started to run out. I really used most of the pieces to build what I feel like is the ultimate shop, but I'm happy with how this turned out and what pieces I had left to use. I think that's an awesome addition. There we go. I got my camera back as much as I can. These are the pieces I still have left on the table that I can use. The one thing I have not touched at all yet is the boxing ring. So we are going to finish up with that now using these pieces that are on the table here. It's going to be interesting. There's not much to pick from, but I'm hoping to make this boxing ring right here. I'm hoping to be able to make this at least a little bit cooler. It is already pretty much a nice piece. I do like all of the detailing of the concrete in the bottom. I do like the little point system they have here for like a 3-round fight. Maybe on the walls, that's the only thing I'm going to change up and just build a different type of wall. I do want to push it out more too. I just feel like having it on the inside of that brick there has made this arena a little bit smaller than what I would prefer. So I'm going to mess around with this for a little bit and then I will come back to you guys with what I feel like is the final product. I think I am done messing around, editing, trying to make the coolest MOC that I've made in a minute. Now, I've got lots of extra pieces left on the table here. I did try my best to use all of them. Unfortunately, I didn't come out on top with that victory. I did use a bunch of the random pieces. I was like trying to get real creative. I'm like, you know what? We got tons of random pieces left. I really was upset that I couldn't find a way to utilize these yellow bricks. So I'm like, let's just make another second shop. It did not turn out, honestly, anything like I really wanted it to, but I tried. I did not have many pieces left. I did edit the little water fountain as well, trying to breathe a little bit more life into it. So it's a little bit different. It's not a playable piece anymore. Let's move all this stuff out of the way and let's finally get our new set up. Finally, after a couple hours of fiddling with the pieces, having a lot of fun, trying to get real creative on how I want to build this set, I think I have been able to combine both of these sets beautifully. Let's go ahead, break it down. Didn't do much with the figures here, kept them mostly the exact same, and then that way they are the ultimate spectators. Nothing really changed for these 3 guys. The chickens are too cool for school, and so is the Great Hog and then the Iron Golem. I just mentioned briefly before as I was building that I changed the water fountain a little bit, so it's not a playable item anymore. You can't throw the water piece, but I just tried to breathe a little bit of life into it, have a little bit more detail in different pieces. It does kind of look ugly, I will admit. It's the ugliest piece I have. Actually, wait. This, this is ugly. This is the worst piece I have built today. I should have broke it down and not even showed y'all, but this is what happens sometimes. I only had leftover pieces to mess with this little shack that I tried building, but I gave up. I ain't gonna lie. I did. I gave up. Let's start with our big boxing ring here. We've got Steve and Garrett, or Jason Momoa and Jack Black, fighting for victory. All I wanted to do was just try to make this a little bit more open. And so what I did was pushed everything over one stud, because for some reason everything was one stud inside. Now adding that extra stud all around the arena, I do feel like there's a little bit more room to breathe on the inside when it comes to the playability. I will take the figures off here for a second. I also changed the detailing. I decided to add a little torch, brighten up in the arena there so they have something to see, right? It's kind of hard to punch each other in the face when you can't see. And then I basically just added on these corners here some just kind of different detailing. I don't know if I'm quite in love with it or if I'm just going to have to live with it. Might be more of like I'm going to live with it. I just like, though, this piece here is pretty simple. I don't think there was a need to really change too much. I kept the little scoring point system they have on the side here because I really do like that. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with the little changes that I made here to make this a bit of a bigger arena. Okay, we're going to set that off to the side. I don't know where these two little pieces just came from, but we're going to make them disappear. Let's move on to our gassed balloon. This piece here, I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I think it's pretty sleek while also being bigger than what it was before. Again, I did not change anything with the Ghast. I like him the way he is. I mean, it's a kind of a character piece, so I didn't want to mess with him too much. We've got our little piglins in here. I am going to move them out just so we can get a better view of the actual balloon basket. So what I've done, I added a little bit of light on the front there so they have a pathway to see. You know, I'm sure the gas probably lights up the way enough, but still, I thought it was a cool little detail to add. I tried to make the basket in the middle a little bit bigger. So as you can see, you've got two studs for the most part on either side. So you can actually have definitely a lot more than just two guys in here. But I like how you've seen at the very beginning there. They line up really well, and it looks like they are looking over a balcony right there, which I really, really love. On the back side, you can see we've got a little treasure chest. So I wanted our little piglins to go on a treasure hunt, and I gave them the treasure chest from the old shop. And I think it sits on the back pretty well there. It looks pretty cool. And then I tried to kind of smoothen everything off here. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with how this basket turned out. There's the bottom of it. Yeah, it's simple, another simple build, but it's just a little bit more usable now. And finally, we have the biggest piece of the set. This is our shop and viewing balcony for the boxing ring. I honestly am super happy with how this turned out. I think it looks incredible. I'm glad I was able to kind of get a good decoration on this side, as well as when we flip it around, you're going to see some really cool detail on the other side. To start on the right side here, I was able to repurpose the chicken and drumstick signs. Absolutely love those. They're just so cool. Same thing with the weapons. I decided to keep those. I thought they were really awesome, but I made sure that they were the colorful ones because those are the coolest weapons. Kept our lights there, and I even added some torches on the balcony itself. So lots of lighting. We can see really well. That's the view. Honestly, it's a really, really good view. Let's spin it to the side here. I did leave. I got a comment recently. Someone let me know that this is supposed to be a little lava source piece from the movie set. So thank you for letting me know about that. I didn't know. But yeah, I wanted to make sure we kept that because I think that's a pretty cool piece, especially because we have the counterpart water here. Spinning this around, there is a lot to kind of take in here. So we've got our figures. They're all hanging out in different various spots. Let's just remove them for now, and then that way we can fully see what I have going on here. Okay, so on our left side here, we have our armory with our weapons. We've got some food shop, And then underneath, we've got more food. On the left side there, there's supposed to be like a little blue fishy. I don't know where he disappeared to, but yeah, so we've got a blue fish, an orange fish, our nice drumstick for chicken, as well as I repurposed the potions that we got. We have red on the left, blue on the right, so lots of shopping in the shopping area. On the right side here, right next to our little lava source, I put the crafting table in case anybody wants to get crazy and is trying to make some new stuff, they can do so. On our second floor here, where our viewing balcony is, my main objective was expansion. I just felt like having a single spot for a single fig when all of these sets had more than 4 figs. It just didn't make sense to me. So I repurposed the second balcony, and honestly, I love how it turned out. As you've seen, the little baby zombie as well as villager fit really comfortably. They look really good as well, which is great. But yeah, I'm super happy with how that turned out. They can even look out the little sides there as well. That was incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of this video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and viewing this video and other videos on my channel. I've been trying to comment back and reply to as many people that have been sending messages. I do appreciate you all. Lots of messages coming in now, so I have to usually take a couple minutes out of my day to try and actually read them properly because I'm a slow reader. But again, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. The support has been growing. The channel has been growing. I've been having a lot of fun. This specifically right here is peak Lego collecting to me. This is exactly what I want to do on the channel. Custom stuff, different thought processes, and mocks. Mocks are a lot of fun for me. Until next time, I will catch you all in another Lego video very soon. Have a great day, y'all.